It's me, back again, last time for a while. This is fulfilling our daily commitment to revisiting the guidelines. Guideline number 4, and I'll read it to you now, is an important one, and it's one that we need to talk about, that I have always spoken to people on individually, but not necessarily as a group. But I think that a lot of you kind of have it in your head from things that I have said almost tangentially on the boards. If there is no new material, and I'm reading this directly from the guidelines, if there's no new material posted up by me or the admins, that doesn't mean that there is nothing to gain. We can say this with absolute confidence. Very few of you have actually read through and, crucially, commented upon every pinned post and website article. Even if you have, it's always profitable to revisit them. You'll encounter them in a new way, and there will probably be new comments for you to engage with. Let me be a witness. Since I have been back or to going through the guidelines again and treating myself like a tourist a little bit and going through all the pinned posts, I am amazed at how much I have gleaned, how much I have gotten to know you guys a little bit more, how much I myself have thought, oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Oh, that could use a revision. Oh, well, here's something that I didn't think about a year ago or a month ago. It is always good to go back and revisit. We do our best to give you regular content on an almost daily basis. I'm pretty confident to say that we try to give you new stuff every single day. But even if there is a day when there's not a new post up, there is always something to glean. There are 10,000 of you. That's a lot. There should be 10,000 comments and 30,000 responses on any given post. We don't have that. I can absolutely guarantee you that even leadership team and staff haven't gone back and revisited every single one of the pinned posts. I invite you to do so. It allows you to get your sea legs, that's true, but it also gives you a sense of what to expect of yourself when you engage with more topical material. And I say this all the time, it's only going to get deeper and it's only going to get harder. One of the things that really needs to happen, and I haven't always seen it as much as I would like to, is that the virtues that we talk about, becoming resilient and reliable, um, is not necessarily something that you're going to just get by osmosis. You need to actually read this stuff, sometimes more than once, to really get a firm grasp of what we're asking you. We know that what we're asking is different from other spaces. We know that what we're asking is different from other spaces. We know that we ask, in some ways, more of you. We ask that you have a certain amount of knowledge under your belt. This is not a one-on-one 101 space. In a way, it is. You don't need to have a whole lot or any experience in racial justice, but what we do ask is that you understand a certain amount of being able to be a fully engaged adult here, learning how to hold your own hand, learning how to emotionally regulate, learning how to be able to have hard conversations while keeping the other's humanity intact and keeping your own humanity intact, to remember resilience, to remember reliability, to look at the relational ethics post, which I'm looking forward to revisiting over these next couple of months. And crucially, looking at the comments. Even if you did a comment once a year ago, I can guarantee you that there are more comments on that post since you were last there. And it is absolutely worth it to go back and also to go back and see your own response. Sometimes it's really cool to be able to go, oh, this is the person, oh wow, this is really shaking. This is the person that I was a year ago. I agree with some of it, but it's like, wow, this is the person I am now. You get to gauge your own progress. You get to gauge your own, oh, yeah, I get this in a new way, in a deeper way. Oh, this new person that wasn't even here a year ago, but commented on it last month, just gave me additional insight. Also, part of the praxis is reading and commenting. There is absolutely not one of us who has read every single one for Maximum Gain, who has commented on every single one, and who has responded to at least 2 other walkers. I can say this because we only put in the new norms a couple of months ago. So even if you were here a year ago and you faithfully commented on a post, did you respond to 2 other posts on that pin post? The answer is probably no. As I've been saying over and over and over again, racial justice work is about repetition, particularly the internal work, the how you learn to be with other people, how you learn to be reliable. So it will never be a bad thing. You can never go wrong by reading something again. We are going to be going back through the pin posts. Actually, we, meaning me, is going to be going back through the pin posts one by one and putting new commentary on top because things have changed. Things have changed for us as a community. Things have changed for me as a person, as a woman, as a leader, as I have learned more and fleshed out more. And I want to be able to share that stuff with you. When I do a revisiting of a pinned post, the new pinned post will supersede the old one. My commentary will be on top and it will be presented to everyone as required reading, both here on the page and on Lace on Race. It is imperative to engage with your fellow walkers. Sometimes having an engagement is the difference between someone lurking and poking their head out once and not feeling their way here yet, and feeling, oh yeah, I'm a part of this community. Someone sees me. I wonder how it felt for you when you felt seen here, when you felt that you were beginning to be understood and that people were happy that you were here. There is no way that if you are lurking, you will have that sense of community. There's no way that if you're scrolling and rolling, that you will have that sense of community. So I encourage you strongly to be able to go through the pinned posts, comment if you have not already. If you've already commented, revisit your comment and also respond to at least 2 other comments. It is great for our praxis. It is great for our cohesion. It is great for retention and greater understanding. So that is pin post number 4. Again, this is a required video. Please respond by saying something to the effect of, you can use your own language, read and affirmed, read and agreed, watched and agreed, whatever, whatever. But the whole point of it is that you've heard it, you are now responsible for it. Because I am going to assume going forward, and that's true for all of these videos, that people have indeed heard them and read them. And so if there's a question, we get to gently point you back to the guidelines that we assume that you have already agreed to. We are a wonderful community and we need to keep it that way. We need to keep it sustainable. We need to keep it reliable. And the only way it can be done is through you. I have the best staff on the planet. I have the best leadership team on the planet. Sometimes when I'm working on all cylinders, I'm pretty proud of myself, but we can't do it alone. We cannot hold your hand and drag you through lumpy crossings. You got to do it yourself. We will be with you, arms around shoulders the entire time. But you have got to put in the work, and the work is in the pinned posts. And the pinned posts will allow you to be able to become more resilient and reliable in the things that we give you in for real time in the here and now. Nothing is particularly topical in the pinned posts. That is by design. So you don't have to worry, FOMO, fear of missing out, that it's like, I'm not sure I'm going to get the context. Sure, you will. And it will help you as you engage with your fellow walkers, as you engage with me and with staff and leadership team. This is an important part of your engagement here and an important part of your praxis. Thank you. And again, comments at the bottom, read and agreed. And I look forward to talking to you about day 5, which I'm taking a look at. Oh, it's a good one. It's a doozy. Don't miss it tomorrow. But in the meantime, in the spirit of, you probably haven't read all the pinned posts, I'll bet you money you haven't viewed and reviewed and agreed to so far all 5 videos. There's the introduction, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you have not yet looked at all the videos and commented upon them, I strongly invite you to do so as well. As I was saying before, people who are sustainers, people who would like to become sustainers, people who would like to become mentors, and people who would like to be on chef's table. There's a lot of conflation in that Venn diagram, but you get my point. If you would like to go faster and longer and deeper, then knowing these guidelines and agreeing to them is absolutely imperative and required. It is for the health of the community, and it's for me so that I am not saying the same thing over and over. We need a shared language and a shared ethos and a shared way of being, wait for it, new people doing new things in new ways. For what reason? To lessen and mitigate the harm endured by Black and Brown people, perpetuated by white people. Hi, thee. To the pinned posts. I love you. I am going to go grab something to eat, and then I'm going to hunker down today. It's all election all the time. There are 3 separate threads that I opened up for the presidential race, for down ticket races, state, federal, and local, as well as for propositions and initiatives. Take a look at those. Add commentary, add responses. Let me know what's going on in your part of the country. For those of you who are not able to vote in the elections because you're in New Zealand or England or Brazil or Canada, we know that this election affects you all too. And so believe me, your voices are welcome and necessary. I know that the entire world is holding its breath about this election. So please weigh in. Okay, talk to you later. Maybe with new fake hair. Actually, definitely. I planned this out. Am I having fun today? I'm having fun today.